Hello everyone, welcome to Food for Thought. Today we will be answering the question, where does bread come from? This question comes from two scholars actually, DJ and Shaylin from the second grade. So thank you both very much for asking this awesome question. So let's talk bread. Everyone loves bread, but where does it come from? Does it grow on trees? Does the supermarket make it? Like almost all foods that we eat, bread starts in the ground in the soil. Bread is made from a seed called wheat. Wheat seeds are these teeny tiny golden seeds that farmers plant in the soil. These seeds sprout out of the soil and grow into tall, beautiful wheat plants. Farmers usually plant lots of these seeds so that they have wheat fields. Can you guess the state in the United States that grows the most wheat? It's Kansas. After the wheat seeds are planted, the wheat plants grow for 7 to 8 months and form new seeds called kernels. These kernels are held in the leafy, spiky looking part of the plant at the end of the stalk. These kernels are what humans eat, and they're actually the same as the seeds that were planted in the ground originally. These seeds hold all of the sunshine, water, and care that the earth and farmers put into growing those wheat seeds. Once the wheat is fully grown, farmers go through the fields with big machines called plows. These plows cut the plants down and separate the kernels from the stalk of the plant. Then, big trucks bring these kernels to a flour mill to be washed and ground. These seeds are placed between giant blades or big stones and they're crushed until they turn into a fine powder. This creates flour. You may have seen bags of flour before. The flour in these bags come from those wheat kernels, and it's what we use to make bread. You can have white flour or wheat flour. Whole wheat flour is made from grinding whole kernels, whereas white flour is made from grinding only a small part of the wheat kernel. Whole wheat flour is generally healthier for you. To make bread, there are usually 4 ingredients: flour, water, salt, and yeast. Many recipes use sugar too. Yeast is a type of microorganism, which means it's super small. The yeast feeds on the sugar in the wheat and creates little gas bubbles. It's kind of like if you've ever eaten something that's made you gassy. But instead, for the yeast, these gas bubbles get trapped in the dough with the flour and it makes the dough rise. This is why bread is so fluffy and soft, because it has all those little gas bubbles. You can make bread without yeast, but it usually doesn't come out as fluffy and soft, and it's more flat. To make bread, you mix the flour, water, salt, and yeast to create a dough, which you then let rise for an hour or more. You let your dough rise so that those little yeasts can have time to eat the sugars and get all gassy so that your dough gets nice and bubbly. Then you cut the dough up, you roll it into the shape of bread that you want, and then you bake it in the oven. You can make loaves of bread like you slice for sandwiches, or you can have baguettes, which are long breads. There are so many types of breads. You can even use this dough to make rolls and other stuff. So that's an overview of where bread comes from. Next time you eat a slice of bread, remember that it starts as a teeny little seed that farmers and bakers spent a lot of time making into bread. All right. That is it for Food for Thought for today. If you have any new questions about bread or what was talked about in the video, leave your questions in the comment section below. All right, and I will see you back here next week for Food for Thought. Bye.